Number one cause of massive inflammation, toxicity, decreased immune response is body acidity. Remember, in middle school or high school, you learn acidity versus alkaline, acid, alkaline. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Number one cause of massive inflammation, toxicity, as well as getting autoimmune condition is body acidity. Your body pH should be between 6.4 to 7.0. Above 7.0 is no good. Below 6.4 is no good. The reason I say that is because I have had patients, they were above 7.0, that was bad as well. The more your body is alkaline, the better it is, but not above 7.0. Below 6.4 is no good, which most of you are. And many doctors, they're missing the boat. Many patients are missing the boat. I'm not talking about salivary pH that many people have had tested on. I'm talking about urine pH. Why? Because it has to go throughout your system. First, urine pH 5 to 7 a.m. in the morning. It has to go through the system to see what is your urine pH. Because what you put here, it doesn't matter. What comes out matters, what the body pH is. So you have to be alkaline to heal. We used to do this acidity testing in our office. Well, we don't do that anymore because everybody are too acidic. We need to make you alkaline. What causes body acidity? Poor diet, toxins, heavy metals, dental infections. See, you have these fibromyalgia experts. You have these autoimmune thyroid experts. No one talks about heavy metal toxicity. Nobody talks about mercury fillings. Nobody talks about electromagnetic field. Nobody talks about the phone towers. Nobody talks about the grocery store. When you buy your goods, it scans your food. Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about fluoride. Nobody talks about the toothpaste that you take, that you brush your teeth in the morning, has fluoride in it. Fluoride is toxic. Fluoride affects your mental clarity and brain function. And you put that in your body every day, first thing in the morning.
I have my life back. I can do more physical things that I could not do without lifting something and be in tears, really. And since coming to MedWell, all of that has changed. With no medication, with no pills, and that's what I was looking for.
When your body is too acidic, your body leaches minerals from your bones to buffer your blood. It takes minerals from your bones to buffer your blood. So you get osteoporosis, you get osteopenia, you feel weak. When your body is acidic, the body produces free radicals. Free radicals are bad. When your body is acidic, you have a welcoming environment for viruses, bacteria, mold, yeast, candida. These are the people who get sick often. These are the people who, when they get sick, they don't get better fast. These are the people who are tired all the time because their body is too acidic. If you have pain all over the body, I guarantee you, you're extremely acidic. If you have fibromyalgia, I guarantee you, you're extremely acidic. If you have cancer, I guarantee you, you have extremely acidic body. How do I guarantee that? It's because cancer cells cannot survive in alkaline environment. Cancer cells can only survive in acidic environment. So, if your body is acidic, you have a welcoming environment for cancer cells, which we're going to touch on later. If you have acidic body, you have a welcoming environment to get sick all the time. And that's why one of the first things to fix with your fixing your body is make your body more alkaline. How do we make your body more alkaline? Is first changing your diet. No more junk food. No more hydrogenated oil. Olive oil is good, but not when it's cooked. You got to eat more veggies. You have to have organic food. Please do not consume refined sugar. Table sugar, it's poison. Cancer cells, they love table sugar. Cancer cells, they love sugar. Eliminate your diet soda that you're having. Eliminate packaged food. Folks, you need to eat for energy. You're eating for death. Aspartame causes neurotransmitter degeneration, causes brain neuron degeneration, causes Alzheimer, causes multiple sclerosis. Tap water is not good. Tap water has many chemicals that makes your body acidic. There was a hype about alkaline water a couple of years ago. Well, alkaline water is not good either. You heard me correctly. Alkaline water is not good either. Why? Because your stomach needs to be acidic. And that's one of the main reasons that you have a lot of gut problems, which we're going to touch on later. Your problem is your stomach is not as acidic as it's supposed to be. And when you put alkaline water, the first organ it goes to is your stomach. That's not good either. Also, tap water has full of fluoride and chloride. Fluoride and chloride, they are not good for the body. The body doesn't know what to do with them. In addition, like for example, what happens, fluoride and chloride, when they go to the body, they compete with iodine molecules in your body for your thyroid. Remember I said iodine is good for your thyroid? So if thyroid will not function properly because it's not working properly, you'll be fatigued all the time. Simple as that. So stop drinking diet soda. That's poison. Stop drinking tap water. Stop drinking liquids that makes you more dehydrated. I mean, most people that I know, they don't have enough water every day. Now, they drink on top of that coffee, soda, energy drinks, caffeine, alcohol. They make them even more dehydrated. That damages their body and damages their liver. And you wonder why you're fatigued? And you wonder why you have memory loss, and you wonder why your hormones are not functioning properly. We need to make your body alkaline, and that's one of the first things that needs to be done. That's why we give you minerals. That's why we give you Allopro. That's why we give you vitamin D3. That is live source, natural, pharmaceutical grade, organic, pre-digested. What that means? That means no matter how messed up your gut function is, because it is, it gets digested. As I said before, you need to avoid enriched foods. Enriched sounds good, but it's horrible. For example, when you have enriched food with ascorbic acid, that's vitamin C that many people think it is, but it is not. what happens in your body that causes free radicals. And when you have free radical, it causes oxidation of the acid, which is the ascorbic acid. That is dangerous to your brain neurons and brain function. And when you have packaged food, when you have hydrogenated oil, when you have these enriched foods, white flour, pasta, rice, bagels, waffles, pancakes, all of that, it affects your brain neurons, brain function. Are you listening? And you wonder you're fatigued, you wonder why you have cloudy thinking, you wonder you're depressed, you wonder you are dependent on the medication that your shrink gave you or your doctor gave you, you wonder why you can't sleep. I'll give you another example about tyrosine. When you have sugar and enriched food, heavy metals accumulate in your body. See, when you put a toxin, it locks another toxin. When heavy metals stay in the body, it's not good. As a result, your body signals to your liver not to absorb more iron in the body because I have enough metal in my body. As a result, your liver will not make tyrosine. And when you need tyrosine to make thyroxine and adrenaline, remember thyroxine is the T4, as I said, that needs to be converted in your liver. It's not going to happen. So when you don't have enough thyroxine, which is T4, you're not going to have enough T3. That is even if your liver functions properly to begin with, which is not. And when you don't have enough T3, you wonder why you're fatigued. You wonder why your body is not functioning. You wonder why you have pain all over. You wonder why you have low energy when you even get up in the morning. So that is why, the reason I say all these examples, to educate you, to make you understand why we need to treat the whole body, all organs, all at the same time. So as I said before, the answer to low energy is not Red Bull. Many of you know why. Some of you have low energy because lack of sleep. Some of you have low energy because of diet and chronic metabolic problem. But most of you have a bad diet, sleep problem, and low energy. See, you need to eat for energy. If you eat crap, you will feel crap. Some of you eat good and still feel crappy. That's why you're listening to this video. It's multiple organs involved. Many of you suffer from insomnia and sleep problems. We need to fix that as one of the first things we need to fix. Your body is designed to get rid of toxins and inflammation, which is causing your autoimmune condition, while you sleep through your lymphatic system. You have to sleep to heal. If you don't sleep, all the garbage and junk stays in your body. Also, you will not have enough energy the next day. If you don't have energy, your body will shut down. Your body needs sleep and energy to be able to sleep and be energized. You need energy for your body to work properly. You need energy to lose weight. That is why people don't lose weight when they starve themselves. When you starve yourself, you will not lose weight. You will use muscles and energy. That is why the people who take 4 to 5 meals a day, they lose weight because their body has constant energy coming. That is why we give you the natural, life source, pharmaceutical grade supplements. Now, in addition, as I talked before, your brain has to have normalized activity for you to be able to have energy and be able to sleep well. If there is overstimulation or understimulation, you're not going to be able to sleep. I don't want to get into that topic. That's on another DVD. That is why we give you oxygen treatment to normalize your brain activity and give enough food to your brain so your brain can be at rest. On many patients that we have tested them on and they have a problem with sleep is one of the three problems. If you're unable to sleep, that means unable to go to sleep, most likely you have a problem with your gallbladder. If you're unable to stay asleep, most likely you have a problem with your stomach. And if you wake up in the morning not energized, feel groggy, most likely you have a problem with your adrenal gland and you're suffering from something that's commonly known as adrenal fatigue. Now let's talk about your stomach. We need to fix your stomach and liver so your stomach can function properly. Why I said liver? Because your liver cannot function properly without your stomach cannot function properly without your liver. 20% of the T4 that your thyroid produces converts to T3 in your gut area. 60% is in your liver, 20% is in your stomach. So many chronic condition sufferers, they have low stomach functioning. Very common is low stomach acid. You are suffering from low stomach acid, not high stomach acid. As soon as I say that, you're telling yourself that I have a lot of stomach acid because I have acid reflux. That is not hydrochloric acid, what you're feeling. That is lactic acid, what you're feeling. The food that you eat, it stays in your stomach because of not enough hydrochloric acid, and it starts fermenting, it starts rotting, and lactic acid is produced. Doesn't go anywhere, comes up. One of the biggest problems with chronic condition patients, especially low energy, fibromyalgia, can't sleep, thyroid problem, is hypocholohydria, low stomach acid. What you're feeling coming up in your stomach is not hydrochloric acid. It's lactic acid. It comes up as a form of heartburn. And as you are aware, 80% of your immune system that fights with everything comes from your gut. One of the biggest problems with diabetics, thyroid sufferers, chronic pain sufferers is hypocholohydria. That means low stomach acid, low functioning stomach, low functioning gut, low functioning immune system.
I've been having ongoing problems for a very long time. A lot of it was indigestion, heartburn, acid reflux, constipation, problems going to the bathroom. I was practically living off of Pepsid AC and acid pills. I was popping them at least 3 or 4 times a day like candy, as well as taking stool softeners. And ever since I've been taking the vitamins that Dr. Maz has given me, I can tell you right now that I have not taken any antacid pills, any heartburn medication, any stool softeners. I've been going to the bathroom regularly, no abdominal pains, no bloating, and it just feels great not to be able to have to take these things over and over again, and all the money that I spent in all these pharmacies, you know, popping these things like candy. It was just horrible, and I have to say that my sleep has gotten much better, and headaches have practically gone away. I used to suffer from migraines and was on prescription medication, and I can honestly say that I'm not on prescription medication anymore for the migraines, and I actually even stopped taking Excedrin, which was something else I was always taking all the time for my headaches, and I can say it's been about 3 weeks now since I've taken Excedrin, and yeah, I just feel really great. And I just want to thank MedWell Center for helping me.
Another problem with low stomach acid and low functioning stomach, there is something that's called methylation. Hydrochloric acid, which is the stomach acid, creates methylation or methyl groups in your body. It's needed for better drainage of your lymphatic system as you sleep at night. Now, these methyl groups, they produce cells as well. They help in cell replication. When you take antacids, which most of you take when you have a stomach problem, it reduces that hydrochloric acid that's low to begin with, and you constantly go downhill. And that is why we need to fix your stomach. A lot of people, they're doing something good by alkalizing their body, but stop drinking alkaline water, because alkaline water makes your low stomach acid even lower. Your stomach needs to be acidic. Why nobody talks about this? Because pharmaceutical companies, they make $40 billion of sales on antacids. Now, as a result, you deplete your methyl groups by reducing your hydrochloric acid in your stomach. Another big problem with cancer patients, which is a chronic problem, when you don't have enough methyl groups, that promotes degeneration and promotes neurogenic conditions, promotes cancerous cells. Low stomach acid causes low methyl groups. Low methyl groups causes increasing of the bad genes of the body. Degeneration of brain neurons, ALS, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's. If you give excitotoxins to your body, if you give aspartame, it causes multiple sclerosis, ALS, Alzheimer's, dementia. That is how important it is to have proper methylation and proper amount of stomach acid in your stomach. I want you to understand, many people, they come to my office, they say, oh, my stomach is fine. I don't have indigestion. I don't have belching. I don't have this or that. But I want you to understand, symptoms is one of the last things that appear. What they don't understand is the people who have Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson, ALS, it doesn't happen overnight. People don't get a heart attack today and yesterday their heart was healthy. It's a chronic problem. It takes a while to get to a condition stage of Alzheimer's, dementia, on and on and on. Now, methyl groups, they replicate cells at the DNA level. What does that mean? Why do I say that? Because when you increase your hydrochloric acid in your stomach, you are turning off good genes. You're turning on good genes and you're turning off bad genes. I told you, I'm not a professional speaker. So when you have enough hydrochloric acid, you turn on good genes, you turn off bad genes. Oncogenes. Heard of oncologist? Cancer doctors? Oncogenes. So you want to turn on the good genes, turn off the bad genes, the cancer genes. When you have high methyl groups, this happens. When you have low stomach acid, you don't have enough methyl groups. When you don't have enough methyl groups, you're going to have more bad genes, less good genes. The mothers who have birth defects, that could be one of the causes of it. If you have depression, if you have cognitive decline, if you have loss of memory, that could be the cause of it. Your stomach. That's why we need to fix the stomach. That's why if you have memory loss and depression, we got to fix the body. If you have stomach problem, we have to fix the body. If you have thyroid problem, we have to fix the body. Most likely you're suffering from something that's called dysbiosis. What that means is that you have more bad bacteria in your gut than good bacteria in your gut. We need to eliminate that right away. You need to stay away from pesticides, toxicity. Avoid fruits and vegetables that contain pesticides. I always say that. If it looks good, if it looks shiny, it's not good. It has a lot of pesticides and chemicals. Because the stuff that they put on the fruit to make it look shiny, they produce organophosphates. Organophosphates, they deplete the liver's ability to detoxify. When liver does not detoxify, where does the toxins stay? In your body. So you need to eliminate toxins, you need to eliminate pesticides. Because the body doesn't know what to do with it. The body gets confused. Then it attacks your organs, then you feel fatigued. Then you can't sleep. Then your thyroid is not going to get fixed. Not even with taking medication. So that was cause number 1, acidity. Cause number 2 of massive inflammation, toxicity, decreased immune response is excitotoxins, free radicals. Free radicals, they damage the powerhouse of the cell, the mitochondria of the cell. Now, if you have a lot of free radicals, which I'm going to go over how you get free radicals. If you have a lot of free radicals, you wonder why you're fatigued. You wonder why you can't sleep. You wonder why you don't respond to metformin and diabetes medication. You wonder why nobody can fix you, because nobody is taking care of the cause. Nobody is taking care of the free radicals. What causes free radicals? Poor diet, hydrogenated oil, potato chips, junk food, diet soda, refined sugar, enriched foods, white flour, pasta, pancake, bagels, white salt. If it looks good, if it's too white, it's processed. You may have food sensitivity. Gluten, dairy, and soy, they are the main 3 foods that you need to avoid if you don't want to spend the money to get tested to feel better. Especially gluten. They are the 3 biggest foods that cause inflammation, that cause toxicity in the body. Gluten. I have not had a patient, I've treated thousands of patients. I have not had a patient who stayed off of gluten who did not feel better. Some of you, very minority of you, have been tested for gluten sensitivity. Right off the bat, if you did blood test, you wasted your time. It has to be a stool test. Secondly, the stool test that you have had, if you have had it, it has to be gluten reactivity test, not gluten sensitivity test. So we tell people to stay off gluten and they feel better, because it causes inflammation and high toxicity in the body. You need to stay away from toxic chemicals, toxics in meat, the hormones in meat. Raw fish, you need to eliminate raw fish. If you are on sushi diet, thinking you're having fish, you're causing more harm than good for your body. Guaranteed you have parasite. Guaranteed you have liver fluke if you consume sushi more than once or twice a week. You need to stay away from heavy metals. Aluminum. Aluminum is an antiperspirant. Nobody talks about that. You put that every day. You need to get the antiperspirant that doesn't have metal, that doesn't have aluminum. When you put that in your body every day, it accumulates. Stay away from mercury fillings. Stay away from nickel crowns. Aluminum is in multiple packaged foods that you buy from supermarket to keep it fresh for longer. Looks good, bad for the body. You need to eliminate bad oils. This is a biggie. Eliminate bad oils. You need to eliminate hydrogenated oils. Do not have canola oil. Use olive oil, not cooked. When you cook it, you oxidize it. No good. Coconut oil, great. Coconut oil is one of the best oils. And if you want to cleanse your body, you should have coconut oil 1 tablespoon a day, because parasites and liver flukes hate it. That's how you get rid of them. And that's why we give it to patients who we suspect they have parasite or liver fluke. You need to stay away from excitotoxins. Excitotoxins, they are neurotransmitters which can cause cell death. Yes, they are neurotransmitters that causes cell death. MSG, number 1. MSG is in a lot of foods. MSG is in everything, especially if you eat fast food outside, there's MSG in it. The sushi that you eat doesn't have MSG if they have a sign there is no MSG. But the soy sauce is full of MSG. If you go to McDonald's fast food, they have MSG in their food. That's an excitotoxin. Very common excitotoxin, aspartame, NutraSweet. Stop drinking diet soda. Stop drinking iced tea with 4 packages of NutraSweet. You will not lose weight on NutraSweet. You will actually gain weight because the body doesn't know what to do with it. In addition, it's going to mess up your brain neurons. It may make you have Alzheimer's, multiple sclerosis, dementia. It manipulates how your brain's supposed to function. Excitotoxins are dangerous. Every once in a while I get patients, they say, oh, Dr. Mas, can you give me reference on this, reference on that? My job is not to give reference. But you can look on the web, over 300 testimonials. Over 300 miraculous recoveries. That's what I do. If you want testimonials, Google everything I say and don't believe a word I say. If what I'm saying to you makes sense, call my office. If it doesn't make sense, do not call my office. I'm here to change your life. I am very serious to change your life so you gain your health back. It's not going to make a difference to me if you call my office or if you don't call my office, but it will make a difference to you. Let's move on to cause number 3. Cause number 3 of massive inflammation, toxicity, decreased immune response is infection. You wonder why you're not feeling well? We touched on it a little bit. You're constantly fatigued all the time. You're constantly in pain all the time. You may have an infection. Very common. Dental infection that nobody talks about. Root canals are hotel for bacteria and parasites and viruses. Root canals, they are the housings that parasites and viruses, they like to stay. The nerve is dead, so nobody is going to even know about it. There is no pain to know about it when you have root canal. Okay? You can have a gut infection, like I said. Parasites, they love raw fish. If you have a lot of raw fish, most likely you're suffering from parasite infection, organ infection, liver fluke. You need to fix your stomach to get rid of bad bacteria and replace it with good bacteria. You need to give your stomach hydrochloric acid. That's why most of our patients, they get HCl and HCl activator to take after a meal to activate their hydrochloric acid production, and they take a hydrochloric acid supplement, and they get less indigestion, less belching, less heartburn by putting proper acid in their stomach. Before eating, you eat Gastroven, probiotics, digestive enzymes. Based on what you need, we will give you these natural pre-digested format of supplements so we get the stomach working properly. Cause number 4 of massive inflammation, toxicity, and decreased immune response is autoimmune problem, autoimmunity. How do you decrease autoimmunity? Decrease inflammation, decrease toxicity, increase immune response. And that's what we do. So autoimmunity is a big factor that needs to be addressed because there is 2 parts to your immune system, Th1, Th2. Some people are more Th1 dominant, some people are more Th2 dominant. Most people have one side more dominant than the others. Th1 is the Pac-Man of the body. You know the Pac-Man, the game? My wife plays it all the time. What they do, they go after the bad guys and eat them. That's the immune function. That's the immune response. Th2, they're the antibodies. They tell the Pac-Mans who to go eat. So if you're Th2 dominant, we need to increase your Th1 to balance it. That's why we give you vitamin A, we give you zinc, we give you echinacea, we give you garlic in the pill format. If you're Th1 dominant, we need to bring Th2 up to balance your immune system. That's why we give you green tea, grape seeds, on and on and on and on, to cleanse your liver and balance your immune system.
I came to Dr. Maz to explore his treatment, and the time I've been on it, it's been very good for me. It's helped me quite a bit. I've cut my thyroid medication in half. It's improved my vitamin D. I've had low vitamin D for about a year, and this is the only thing that has seemed to improve it. And I hope that it gets better as I go along, and I'm very well pleased with the treatment.
The next topic we're going to talk about is your thyroid and parathyroid. Everybody talks about thyroid. Nobody talks about parathyroid. Parathyroid is as imperative to get fixed as thyroid gland. Everybody talks about thyroid. Nobody talks about parathyroid. There are the 4 small nodular glands on top of your thyroid. Their job is to protect you against heavy metal toxicity and heavy metal exposure. It maintains body's calcium and levels of the calcium and keeps your body more alkaline. Hello? We talked about that. Your body needs to be alkaline. If it doesn't work properly, your body becomes acidic. These are some of the people who have a good diet and they get sick all the time. They have good diet, they don't lose weight. They have good diet, they don't respond to medication because their body is too acidic. And the cause of their acidity is nobody's taking care of their parathyroid gland. As I said before, I wish A plus B equals C. It does not work that way. We need to address your systems and organs of the body all at the same time to achieve maximum healing. How do you support your thyroid gland? We give you Thyroven. How do we support your parathyroid gland? We give you green tea extract ND. If you're taking green tea every day, it's good, but it's not enough because you're not taking 40 cups of green tea a day. And the green tea extract that we give you, 1 teaspoon of that is equivalent to 40 cups of green tea a day. So please don't argue with me that you don't want to take this, you don't want to take this pill, this powder. we are serious about fixing you, like I said before. You need to have 1 teaspoon of that a day to make your parathyroid, to reset your parathyroid function.
Hi, my name is Marjorie Durrett. I'm from Pennsylvania. I have an hour and a half ride each way. This is my 3rd visit, and I had trouble sleeping. I was only sleeping like 2 hours and waking up every 2 hours. But after the first visit, I slept for 5 hours straight.
The next organ we're going to talk about is your gallbladder. The way you help your gallbladder is not by removing it. If you're over 40 years of age, most likely you have a problem with your gallbladder, which could make you not to even go to sleep. You're depleted in vitamin B6. Vitamin B6, its job is to keep bile in suspension in your gallbladder. If you're on birth control pills, if you have high stress, you deplete your B6 levels. When you deplete your B6 levels and you eat fatty food, the bile doesn't go through your liver for digestion to your large intestine for your digestion. And then you deplete your vitamin D. And then you wonder why you gain weight, despite the fact you exercise and you eat good. And you lower your vitamin D levels, you feel fatigued, and you wonder why you're fatigued. This is why we need to treat the whole body at once. This is why we need to take care of your gallbladder. We need to take care of your parathyroid. We need to take care of your thyroid. We need to take care of your stomach. We need to take care of your liver. Liver is the major detoxifier of the body. As I said, 60% of your T4 levels converts to T3 in your liver. Your thyroid's life is based on that. Your thyroid's function is based on that. If your liver doesn't function, this is not going to function. In addition, your liver is important for bile production. That's its job. It needs cholesterol. See, cholesterol has a bad name. Cholesterol balances your metabolism of your body. Cholesterol balances hormone production. Cholesterol helps fat and fat digestion. If you eat sushi frequently, it's not going to help it because you may get a parasite infection. We need to give you vitamin B, we call it max B, and B12. That's a couple of supplements we give for liver support. In addition, we give you a supplement called Liver Support, ND. It's vital. So let's review. What causes chronic conditions such as autoimmune thyroid, fibromyalgia, diabetes, chronic joint pain, chronic fatigue? Number 1 is inflammation. Number 2 is toxicity. Number 3 is decreased immune response. What causes all of the above is acidity, free radicals, excitotoxins, infections, autoimmunity. If you are serious to correct your problem that is affecting your life, you are in the right place. If you don't care about your health, then I cannot help you. Not everyone is accepted for care here. We only accept patients who we feel we can truly help. If our doctors accept you for this program and you qualify for testing, you may start testing and treatment the same visit or the following visit based on how busy we are. Unless you're coming out of state, then we start the diagnostics the same visit, and we try to start you on treatment the same visit. After we do the diagnostic evaluations, which may take several visits, we will formulate a customized, individualized treatment plan that would include oxygen treatment, brain mapping, neurofeedback treatment, the supplements that you would need, specifically to your needs. I want you to understand, you are the treasure in your life, not your car, not your house. Your family needs you, not your car, not your house. It's you that would make a difference. We need to fix you. Can we guarantee our treatment works? Absolutely not. Are we successful? Yes, very successful. I don't need to do this. You can get treatment or not get treatment. It's not going to change my life. But I have a passion to help people so they can live a better life, so they can function better. I'm not here for applause. I'm not here for pleasure. I'm not here for acknowledgement. I've had enough of that. I'm pursuing a passion to help people to live happy, to eliminate their years of frustration with chronic health issues. I cannot be committed to your health more than you will be. So my question to you is, on a scale of 0 to 10, how committed are you to fix yourself? 10 being the highest, 0 being the least. If you're less than a 9, I cannot accept you. I only accept patients if they're a 9 or a 10, because we are here, we put our efforts and energy at a level 10 to help you. If you're interested, call our office at 201-848-8000 and we will help you. And God bless.